Today, we're going to start with a premium member. Bharath is going to pitch. Bharath's team is here as well. Bharath has been in the premium program in 2018-19 timeframe and is back in the program. He has done an amazing execution. The company is at 6 million in revenue and is completely bootstrapped and is just about to go out to raise money. I just met with them yesterday and we're going to work on their pitch before we send them out for fundraising. So Bharath, please get started with your pitch and let's work through what needs to be changed, but go on. You're on mute.
Okay, sorry. I thought it was muted by the guest. Okay, host. So, I was just telling it's been 6 years almost where I was part of one of these public sessions before I became a premium member. And we were actually pitching and you giving us feedback in terms of what should be the ICP, how do you actually get into an organization, what's the buyer cycle look like, what is the value look like. A lot of it actually helped us in the journey. And I, at some point of time, we always kept that in mind and went ahead and kind of started to build what we wanted to build and build much beyond what we wanted to build. And that gives us a great feeling of satisfaction where we've come so far, bootstrapped, and now we are ready to show that this is what we've accomplished, the value that we've generated, and we feel we are at a point of time where we can actually scale this in a very, very large way, funded by VCs. Okay.
Go ahead.
So let me just start with the vision that we have right now. What we see and foresee with our platform is that we would like to be like the Android of causal AI, which is kind of helping businesses, industries using causal intelligence to make decisions better. And we feel that our new patent pending large causal architecture model actually helps people in actually getting that democratizing causal intelligence. And we have got great traction in terms of how we're going about it. We work with large enterprises across the board to generate that $5 million revenue. We are profitable. And most importantly, what we believed so far for the past so many years, the causal AI-based intelligence systems or decision-making systems are poised to grow from almost $40 billion a year to almost $800 billion by 2033. We are very excited about to be in this space where we can enable developers, businesses, utilize the intelligence of causal AI to make decisions. And that's where we're starting. Yeah. So if you look at it, and of course, like everyone would know that there is AI everywhere. There is, use cases of AI everywhere. But if you look at what AI is or understood by a lot of people, it is predominantly LLM models, generative AI models, which actually understand the what of everything that exists out there, which is primarily, all the information, all the knowledge that's out there in World Wide Web in the form of web, text, visuals, audio is all built into it. But what the systems don't understand is the other dimension of AI, which is to understand the why, so that people can really understand why something is happening, which leads to the next level of intelligence in terms of imagination, what if, and optimization. That's why when we started our new launch of this model, we said the future of intelligence isn't artificial. The future is curious, which is primarily what we thought is in terms of causation, connectedness, and imagination. Uh, to solve for the problem, we actually found a large causal model which actually understands the why and helps you do what ifs and optimization. Like I said, the market is a hugely poised to grow to a $757 billion market. Um, and as per the Gartner's hype cycle, decision intelligence is just becoming uh, at the innovation trigger and becoming the next big AI cycle. And in terms of probability or verified traction, we've got Fortune 500 companies like Unilever, Mars, Kraken working with us to make billion-dollar decisions on their businesses to grow their businesses, brands, and that gives us great confidence that that can be scaled to a entire world of decision making. Yeah, like I said already, we've got 5 million ARR, 80% gross margin, profitable from 2021. Maybe we took Shramana's uh, ideas very seriously to be, profitable and bootstrap before we can actually venture scale it. Our retention is very high, both of clients and people. Um, and we've not done marketing so far. All of it is purely word of mouth. We work across, like I said, CPG, media, auto, retail, e-com, uh, multiple accounts, like I mentioned earlier. A very strong pipeline, almost helping us double the revenue from where we started in 2025 organically. And the beauty is, which with large causal optimization or so large causal model, we have now companies building products on top of our model in different markets right now, finance and media, where the companies are building products on top of our application and selling it to those markets. Yeah, Maureen, we can go to the next. Yeah. So to just give you a little more sense of, the problem statement that we explained, right? Um, like I explained, causation is a phenomenon which is universal. Whether it's, if you look at it from healthcare, finance, climate, business, any use case, like I said, the present AI can only solve for what's. So it can tell you how patient mortality is 12%, what happened to business, why it dropped, what happened to the business, etc. But it is not able to tell, like in terms of business, why the sales drop, why the customer churn increase, what factor is creating that, and hence how do we actually control the churn, how do we actually improve the sales, and what can we do to grow this business. Or it can be finance in terms of how do we increase our alpha, or how do I reduce my loan defaults. Any use case on decision making or understanding why requires the causal AI. And that's for that exact reason we built Found, which is our large causal model, which is next slide. Um, yeah, before we go into what we found as solution, if you look at the market as per the Grandview study, presently the market is at 40 billion. Really poised to grow because we believe all decision making will become part of causal AI and or large quant causal AI. Huge enterprise requirement moving from correlation to causation, which we kind of experience on a day-to-day basis. Regulatory demand of utilizing explainable AI in EU, uh, and adding causal layers to all information-based stuff. So we kind of believe that this is going to be a big next wave of what's going to transform the world in terms of decision making, understanding the world better. And to kind of get to this, we created what is called Found. The next slide, where we infused, uh, the foundational layer, deep learning and neural networks, which kind of power even LLMs too. But deep learning and neural networks are used primarily to learn language and visuals in LLMs, but we use the same uh, technology to actually build, understand data patterns and the whys. And we add the causal inferencing layer, which actually helps to distill out the whys of the data, and then helps you to optimize and scenario planning using the optimization algorithm that we built into the system. So that's Fount, which is primarily what it is. And if you look at Fount's capability, we've tested it against two kinds of challenges. One is on the left, a retail sales challenge, which kind of been available on Kaggle since 2020. Everyone attempts it because that's kind of super intelligence equivalent of retail. Uh,
Mhm.
so Google attempted it on 2024, Amazon attempted it around the same time. The winner who was there is a 2021 winner who is actually there from 2021. We've used our model to kind of test it out, and Kaggle told us that we've beaten the winner's score in 2025 when we uploaded the model. And the beauty is that the winner in 2021 used 200 submodels to get there, and we could do it with one single model. And on the right side, you see we benchmarked against all the different foundational models which work in time series across the same data sets that they've used. And you can see that we've kind of beaten all the benchmarks in terms of error metrics across different timestamps and different data sets,
Mhm.
which gives us confidence that the causation works. Because that's what makes the difference in terms of why we are beating compared to what a Google or a Salesforce or a Intel was doing in their foundational models. Yeah. And the way we see the world is we believe that causal decision making is going to be the core of any decision making. We started with our enterprise success where we built Poem 365 on top of Fount with enterprise data, and we've seen in terms of retention, in terms of growth, explainable growth for organizations wanting to do more with us year on year. And on top of it, we also want to that's for enterprise, which is 0.55. And then on the top of it, we see causal decision making enablement through developers as well as individual subject matter experts through vibe modeling or API use case to build their products. Like I mentioned earlier, where hedge fund companies are building products on top of it to actually build their own applications, or people like business analysts, subject matter experts can actually build their products and applications using just vibe modeling, like how people do vibe coding. They can do vibe modeling and build their own causal model. Those are the two dimensions of how we want to take it to the market and scale. One is with enterprise Poem 365 and enabling causal modeling through Found. Those are the two engines that we see. Um, a Poem 365 is already built, clients are using it, that's already in place. The phase two, which is what we're entering right now, is to build the developer ecosystem and the vibe modeling. And then phase three is where we see people actually building multiple causal applications on top of Found, and that kind of become marketplace for where people can actually buy into different causal applications for their use cases. Yeah. Next slide. Yeah, so we're looking at scaling, $10 million in Series A, where we would like to utilize the money to accelerate our enterprise Point 365, as well as the our vision of democratizing causal AI like Android through a platform play, which is starting with enterprise revenue vibe modeling as well as using developer tools, right? The way we see, like I said in the beginning, we started with 3.6, almost doubling by the end of this year. And we see with the platform play and the enterprise momentum that we have, we'll get to 19 million by 26 and kind of tripling it from there because platform and enterprise are accelerating in 2027. That's how we see this game playing. And like we said, the beauty of the way we're able to do this is the core team stayed forever together. We have a 15-member core team, which is kind of there for almost 4 years from now, which is we have almost no attrition there. And even the team that we're building, close to 60-member team, we have a 6% attrition, which is really, which really gives the testimony of our belief and the team's belief in what we're building. And we are very, very proud of what we're doing. And we have a combination of domain experts, AI experts, and engineering experts building this to kind of build our vision of how can we be the Android of causal AI in the next 5 years. Yeah, that's it in terms of how we would like to see our world grow year on year, almost becoming Android for causal AI on enterprise and other industries together.
Okay. First and foremost, you did this presentation in about 20 minutes?
Yeah, close to.
It's a very good presentation and very crisp, very powerful. Let me give you some feedback to just tighten things up.
Yeah.
When you start the pitch, the first thing that you should hit home is that this is an enterprise product.
Yeah.
Right. So now there is a bit of it's not fully an enterprise product. It is an enterprise product as it stands now.
Correct.
But then you also have people who are developing on your system to cater to hedge funds, for instance. Hedge funds are not enterprises. They're actually small shops managing large amounts of money. So that's not exactly an enterprise application, but that's the platform business. So I think the way to maybe you can upfront say that we have currently our business is an enterprise business.
Correct.
What we have built so far is an enterprise business. We have also developed a platform which we want to bring to market, and we are starting to see adoption of the platform, which is going to take us into other B2B applications run by developers who are building on top of our platform. That is not a market that we're going to go into directly, but we are going there because we do have a platform play coming together.
Yeah.
So just kind of articulate that, because otherwise, at some level, causal AI is not exactly constantly being discussed, right? In
it's
conversations.
Not,
so you're trying to take ownership of a blue ocean strategy. So it's kind of what's really powerful, and you get no argument, is you have 5 million ARR bootstrapped, and it's large enterprise customers. And just in that first slide, you will say we have large enterprise customers like Unilever, Mars, and so on. Just say that right away so that you grab attention immediately.
Yep.
Now, the main thing, if you look at your presentation, the main thing that you need to fix is the market sizing. $757 billion is a top-down TAM.
Yeah.
Investors do not care about top-down TAM. They want to see bottom-up TAM. So the fastest way for you to fix that is go into the curriculum, go through the TAM analysis, the market sizing module, and just implement that and come up with a bottom-up TAM.
Okay.
So that's the major, very precision surgery that we need to do on this. I like the presentation. That's one thing that we have to fix before sending this out.
Sure.
Because investors do not like top-down TAM.
Got it.
Okay, so second thing that I observed, just because I know your business, when you say 80% of your current business is CPG, you should articulate what kind of applications. Largely, it's in media planning, brand management kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, revenue growth management.
Revenue growth. So you may want to explain what kind of applications, because $5 million bootstrap revenue that is ready to be replicated is very substantial. You're walking in with enormous credibility. And on your first slide, you have established that credibility. And even before the meeting, the introductions that I'm going to make for you to the investors, I will say it in my words.
Yeah.
So they will have all that credibility. You're walking in with huge credibility. This is why I teach this method, is that you walk in like a king. You're not walking in like a beggar. You are the king in this conversation. There's no question.
Yeah.
So VCs are going to fall all over themselves to fund you. But the thing that you want to help them understand, right? You're helping them understand what is the use case around which you have generated $5 million in revenue. And then there is another thing that you have done here is achieved repeatability. You don't make any mention of that. This is a slide, and you want to do that early on. You should say, so by the way, you will have a recording of this presentation, so you may want to listen to it. We are on the third slide. We are the first slide. You've already said that you have 5 million in ARR and these big name customers. You've already rattled out names of customers. In the second slide, you will establish the market size. We're going to fix that market size model. And then we're going to establish the market size, which is going to be in the billions, but it's not going to be 757 billion. That's too high.
Yeah.
Then we are in the third slide, and we are now presenting. These are great. I mean, it's awesome. You have average contract value, customer acquisition cost, lifetime value, retention rate. Fantastic. The only thing missing from this picture is you have 80% CPG customers, and that's the use cases are mostly in revenue growth, in brand management, in brand marketing, media planning, and so on. You want to articulate that, and you would want to say that in CPG, we do, pilots with one brand, and then the CPG company would give us, 10 brands or 15 brands to manage. So that it starts with a POC that's in the, 6-figure, but then soon becomes a 7-figure deal as soon as we get multiple brands to manage. Absolutely. So there is great, and you want to use the word repeatability.
Correct.
Absolutely. It's like we have in the $7 million pipeline that you're talking about, you are already in POC in these accounts. And they are going to go the same way, right?
Correct. Yes, absolutely. So
that underscored the fact that you have achieved repeatability.
Got it.
So, and then this one is, I was thinking a little bit in that you use very kind of high level examples to highlight what you are highlighting, the point of the why versus the what. If I were you don't have customers in carbon emissions, right?
No.
If I were you, I would switch the slide out and replace this with a slide that uses real use cases from your enterprise customers.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter climate, it doesn't matter healthcare. Use your real use cases. And that will also tackle, the minute you switch this slide to real use cases, it will start outlining where your real traction is and what you're learning directly from your execution use cases.
Absolutely.
And that will give people the visceral feel of really understanding what is happening in this company.
Got it.
And I think this one is going to change. Yeah. This slide is going to change. The market size slide is going to change. Otherwise, I think the rest of the presentation can be fine. So we will do one more rev in Wednesday's private roundtable. If you can finish all this work by then, Maureen will schedule you for the Wednesday private roundtable, and then we're ready.
Okay, awesome. We'll do that. Okay.
Very good. Excellent. Excellent. It's a real pleasure to see how far you've come. And I think we have great things coming.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ram. Thank you.
You're welcome.